everyone, Senrai Kai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 10th episode of Kunoichi Tsubaki no Mune no Uchi. And last episode was a lot of fun, especially like the second half, because that's where we got formally introduced to Team Rooster, right? They kind of faked us out a little bit with the tiger at the beginning, but I guess that's nothing new for the show because we've technically had a tiger-focused ED in an episode that I'm pretty sure was not focused on Team Tiger. Kind of like what they did with Team Dragon. There was an episode that had Team Dragon in the ED, but again, definitely was not focused on Team Dragon. So both those teams, it's kind of up in the air whether or not we will actually get focus episodes or not. I don't know. So I'm more leaning towards teams like maybe Team Rat or Team Rabbit getting focus because they haven't had a focus or an ED yet. So yeah, I would say they're a bit more likely. But anyway, back to Team Rooster. Yeah, we got them last episode and they were absolutely great. I mean, both Azami and Tapapo were very clearly full Gyaru, characters, and I did love the transformation sequence where they go from looking all prim and proper and boring, and then you can, after I think it was Rindo that asked about what they were like before, you can kind of see the gears turning in their heads, and then bam, they unleashed the full power of their true form on everyone, and everyone was pretty happy, me especially. So that was great. Just all the stuff, the peace signs, just everything was great. And Sumire, because she's like the straight-laced, serious, responsible one. She's a very nice contrast to those two. They got a fun dynamic going on. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy Team Rooster and everything that goes along with them. And hopefully we can get some more teams. Like I said, Team Dragon's basically had nothing. I don't think we've gotten any dialogue from any member of Team Dragon, honestly. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we have. Really. It's probably the same with Team Rat. I don't know. There's also Team Rabbit. I don't think really... Team Rabbit, I'm less sure about. Maybe we've had some stuff from individual characters of that team, but I don't know. Team Dragon, I'm pretty sure we've gotten really nothing. But anyway, I'm eager to see what we get in this episode because I'm pretty sure whatever we get, it's gonna be pretty great. So let's jump on in. 3, 2, 1, play. I almost messed it up, but it's all good. Oh, Tachiyo, Team Rat then? Maybe we're gonna get Team Rat this episode. Okay, so she's the leader of Team Rat, okay. And there's the rest of Team Rat. Higuruma, and Hagi, I think their names are. Now that I think about it, yeah, I guess it makes sense for her to be the leader. She does kind of have that look to her. Why? Is it just too much effort? She's full of confidence. I want to believe in her. I think you might be a little bit too negative. I feel like these two might be a big contrast of each other. One a little bit too optimistic, one a little bit too pessimistic. I get that impression. And Tachioi, the leader, middle ground person trying to keep it all together. Yeah, choo-doo-choo-choo-choo, yeah, choo-doo-choo-choo-choo, yeah. Okay, so we only got about a minute of Team Rat there, but I think it did a pretty decent job of giving me a decent overview of what the team is like. They're definitely different than Team Rooster in the sense where Team Rooster we had our two Gyaru characters, which were very similar to each other, with the team leader trying to, keep it all together. This one, it seems like the two are quite different to each other, and in that way, the team leader has to keep it all together. Because yeah, if you have two people that have different fundamental ways of thinking or approaching things, it can be a little bit hard to keep everything together. But yeah, I'm pretty confident. I know we got faked out with Team Tiger before, but now I'm pretty confident we're going to have a Team Rat episode here. The shot of Hinagigo gets me every time, just Just such an over-the-top attempt at looking cute. It's just... It's too good. A team leader's troubles. Okay. So yeah, how do we resolve that? I'm sure you have the answer. Okay, that's a decent compromise, I guess. Okay. It is begrudgingly accepted. You can already really tell that she does have her hands full with this team. I mean, I haven't got a lot to see yet, but you seem like a decent leader to me. As long as you do your best, it's all anyone can ask for. That sounds like a terrible idea. Yeah, I had a feeling she would disagree. I think I'm with her on this one, honestly. I guess I could. I would love some rain right now. Man, she reminds me of somebody. She reminds me of Beaver from Kimono Friends. It just occurred to me. When she goes in that spiel about everything that can go wrong. And there we go. That's a pattern. Sort of run. At least they don't, like, argue with her when she comes up with her compromises. That's good. Yeah, it could definitely be worse. Suzanka. Sounds good. Fish. I guess she's just so much taller than Suzanka, she has to, like, lean into the frame. Yeah, that's important. I still have to get used to Ringo being a member of Team Dog. I've thought of them as like a trio for so long. It is taking some adjusting. Kind of like, I was just joining Kaon, same kind of thing. I mean, Tsubaki is definitely one of the best leaders. She's somebody definitely to look up to, as an example. Okay. I mean... I mean, can't back down now. Better hurry or you're gonna be left behind. Man, that river looks so refreshing right now. Hey, she caught up faster than I thought. She looks exhausted, but... I mean, this is what happens when you change your plans halfway through. Jutsu. Just... Oh god, I really do feel for her. She's trying so hard. Can we try the transformation jutsu? Rabbit! As long as you only chase one rabbit and not two, we should be able to catch it. You scared off the rabbit! I mean, if we're gonna do that, buy a water source is a good idea. Wow, she's, pretty good. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah. Just blow harder. Don't get distracted when you're blowing fire, please. Also, again, don't hurt yourself. It's about to, yeah, it's totally raining. That's gonna make it a lot harder to practice fire jutsu. Oh god, I can only imagine how good that would feel. Well, nice chance to spend time together, I guess. Uh, One second we're blowing fire like it's no big deal, and now we're struggling to make a quick little fire. I mean, you're kind of trying too hard as part of the problem. I really don't think that's true. Ah. Uh, oh god, this is so wholesome. And she calls herself a bad leader. She crying. Oh god, she really is. We still have a lot of episodes left, too. At least they're honest. What a nice team this is. I don't think that's true. They're just like really dehydrated. You don't like me? Yeah, back to our fire jutsu practice. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Tsubaki might be a good leader, but you don't want to, like, one-for-one copy her. That's not what a good leader does. A rainbow. Very, very fitting for this show. And hey, we found the bath. Yeah, not good manners. You really do worry too much. They even argue about bathing. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Favors and debts. Okay, some team sheep. Base and Momo just chilling. Yeah, tell her Tawata. She should be helping, not just chilling. I mean, you can do indoor training. What just happened? Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Like with the hot spring, you know, in the other episode. Is she sick? Okay. And the way she was acting, I was thinking she was dying. I just wish you could just, like, summon a doctor. That never gets old. What? You can't just smack the cold away? Yeah, she'll go to the ends of the earth to get them. Who is this? Oh, Benicio Momo, okay. I'm not quite good enough to recognize him by the legs yet. And she just, like, leans in the doorway. I just love how cool and chill she is. Can you give her a picture? Just making it a competition, I guess. Well, there they go. At least Rindo can chill now. I'm glad Benicio Momo getting some screen time, a chance to do something. Because she's one of my favorite characters early on. Because she has a great character design and personality and stuff. Yeah, it was like a... Yeah, like a rock slide or something. Start digging, girls. I see the subtitlers try to be funny there. Are we gonna have a fight? Okay, that wasn't much of a fight. Yeah, Benicio Momo is one of the best ninja here, you know, combat-wise. You can't take her on. I feel like her pride was hurt more than anything else there. And Sasagao doing a very dog-like dig in there. Okay, is that big enough to fit through? Yeah, what are you doing? Checking that there's a wind current in there? I guess she could probably fit. She is kind of tiny. She's short. She has no assets to struggle to get through. She really is a perfect person to go in there. Now we got nothing to do but just kind of wait. That was quick. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I don't like your chances in a fight with her. But I guess you gotta try. Team Dog's pride. A dog never loses to a sheep. So no fight then. I kind of wanted to see a cool ninja duel, but this is nice too, I suppose. Team Dog to the core. Yeah, Benicio Momo's pretty cool. You can't hate her. Even holding hands. What great friendship progress. Let's go home, guys. Okay, when did that happen? Did I miss something? So much for that good side. I was feeling a little bit suspicious of her, but I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubts, but... these freaking ninjas, man. Susanka just looks so sad with the thing over her head like that. We can't give up yet. Gonna let your dog Pride get tricked by his sheep. Now they think they missed something. After bullying our team. Okay. Did she finally break? Oh, okay, so she was... Okay. She did get the last laugh after all. Yeah, she's not gonna owe you a favor for giving her some grass. That was actually pretty clever. That was pretty smart. Yeah, how do you feel about that, Benny Sumomo? I mean, she still, was part of the group and helped out, but... Could have fooled me. Yeah, it was an excuse to get out of the room, too. She was playing with Team Dog. Babysitting. Man, they are so buttered. That is true. And what's our ED this time? Okay, yeah, Team Rat, that makes sense. I kind of forgot we had Team Rat at the beginning. There's Tachiai. Looking all leader-like. I see we got a flying squirrel there. I can see Hagi in the shot. Is she behind the squirrel? There's Hagi. I guess they take turns having one-on-one time with Tachiai. There we go. We're sleeping together shot. I don't know why Higuruma is so, backwards. But... Okay. Mokurin gathering herbs, I guess. Did something good happen? Oh wow, okay, I guess that's a big deal. Her teammate's actually helping her. The fact that that's unusual is kind of sad. Man, I guess the little things in life. Yeah, Hosenka can do that. As she bends forward. And if she actually had cleavage, that'd be something. I mean, we're ninjas, of course we gotta fight. I mean, that's a face. Yeah, Benny definitely has nothing against, helping people. Attractiveness Jutsu, I want to be attractive, Tsubaki. Really? Is that really the name of the next episode? Because that's pretty interesting. I mean, we had an episode where, Tsubaki had a cuteness competition with Hinagiku. Okay, I guess we're gonna... Yeah, I'm really curious about that next episode now. But anyway, that was the 10th episode of Kunoichi Tsubaki no Mune no Uchi. So, yeah, we had Team Rat this episode, which is nice. Obviously, they're not quite as flashy, and exciting as Team Rooster was, but I doubt any team really is. I did, a few episodes ago, I did go out of my way to familiarize myself with all the names of the characters and teams and stuff, but never actually learned which, team, which is the leader of which team, right? I mean, for Team Dragon, I assume Suzushiro is a leader. She just kind of looks like it. But, yeah, with Team Rat, I didn't really know, but I guess it makes sense, because Tachiyaoi is, noticeably taller than the other two, so, it does come across as her being the one in charge, kind of. But, although I guess in Team Dog, isn't Asagawa taller than Tsubaki? I think she is. I know, obviously everyone's taller than Sazanka, but yeah, anyway. We have Team Rat this episode, and basically their gimmick, if you want to call it that, is the fact that their two non-leader members are very much like opposites, which I picked up on pretty quickly. We have Higuruma, who's basically, kind of reckless and, what's the word for it? I don't know. Reckless, adventurous, excitable. I don't know the best word for it, really. But then you have Hagi, which is much more like, reserved, like a worrywart. So when it comes to, suggestions of what to do, they're pretty much the opposites, essentially. And Tachiyaoi just kind of does her best to compromise between the two of them, make something happen that they can both kind of live with, right? And she also definitely has some, self-confidence issues when it comes to being a team leader. But it's interesting because, last episode we got Sumida as the leader of the episode, right? And she didn't seem to really have the confidence issues. She just, if she was to have an issue, it would just be being overbearing, I guess, being kind of a militant, borderline militant kind of force where she's very commanding, But I don't know if I described what I was trying to say very well there, but hopefully you get what I was trying to say. But in the case of Tachiyaoi, she's much more she has this leader role that she was probably just sort of, given, whether or not she felt like she was ready for it. And she's just kind of doing her best with it now that she's in that position, right? And she does her best, and she's not sure exactly if it's good enough, if she's suitable for the role. And it definitely makes sense to have some of the leaders be like this, right? Not everyone can be an excellent leader like Tsubaki is. But I do like how she looks at Tsubaki as a great example of a high-quality leader and kind of wants to, copy her. But as we've established, you don't really want to, fully copy somebody else. I know it's tempting to do, especially if you're, at a newbie or something, or you lack confidence in something. If you see somebody who seems, from your perspective, is doing absolutely, wonderfully and, getting praise and doing great, it's very tempting to just be well, if I do that thing too, then I'll be great too, But that's a little overly simplistic logic. What you should do is, maybe take some notes about how they handle things and try to adapt it to your own team. Because the thing about leadership is that how the kind of leadership you should be is kind of dependent on the kind of subordinates you have, what they need. Team Rooster does not need the same kind of leader as, Team Rat does, or Team Dog. It just depends on what you need, because everyone's very, especially members of this clan are very unique individuals, right? So, really I just watch them and see what their needs are. In this case, they need somebody to, take two opposite approaches and try to figure out something that works for everyone, which is going to be, if you have a team where everyone's pretty similar way of thinking, obviously you wouldn't need a skill like that, right? So that's what she has to deal with. But But her team members themselves, you know, they're not like oblivious to the trouble they cause her, you know, and they definitely do appreciate her as a leader and all that, and they all get along pretty well. So I really enjoyed that scene they had together in the cave where they kind of were able to talk things through and resolve things. But it definitely was a little bit amusing seeing Tachiaoi like trying to copy, you know, Tsubaki. You know, she showed these like stops that they were doing, and was like, okay, let's do shuriken practice, and they didn't even have shuriken with them, so they couldn't really do it. And then they started doing fire jutsu, and then it starts raining. And just nothing was really going well for her. It was kind of tragic, but like I said, luckily things did kind of work out in the end. But it was entertaining seeing her try her best, and it was some good stuff. I did also just like seeing the fire jutsu in general. Like it's easy to forget that they can just do fancy things like that, like literally breathe fire, but they can do that. You know, this comes across as a slice of life show a lot of the time. So in a few moments where they do suddenly like use borderline superpowers, it does kind of catch you off guard a little bit, but it is cool to see. But yeah, also seeing her cry was pretty rough, but luckily it all worked out in the end. And yeah, we can mark off one team off the list of people who've gotten focus. I don't know who's going to get focus next episode. I can't really guess based on what we got in the title, really. So I just gotta eagerly wait for the answer on that. And also we ended off with the hot spring in that section, and they argue about the bathing, which is pretty great. And then we had Benisu Momo, right? Because I like Benisu Momo. Like, I remember back in episode, I want to say 2 or 3, you know, back when she had her, like, stuff with Tsubaki, you know, they had, like, a duel and stuff. It's one of the cooler, like, fighting segments of the show, you know. Ever since then, I've definitely, as far as the characters that have given me a strong impression, Benisu Momo early on was one of the best examples of that. A character that I definitely, like, whenever she's on, before I even went out of my way to familiarize myself with all the characters and teams and stuff, I remembered her name, I remembered her design, I remembered everything about her, because she was that, you know, distinctive and eye-catching of a character, right? So, Neisama is sick. That was unfortunate. Rindo just kind of summons their local doctor to make her better, but we needed medicinal herbs, right? So we had a quest to go on, and Benisu Momo just kind of inserted herself in this plot line, right? Which is great. But, you know, I love Benisu Momo. But yeah, she shows up, and she immediately tries to turn it into, like, a competition for whatever reason, you know. Whoever gets there first wins, as she said, really egging them on. But, yeah, just, there was so much, like, back and forth between this overall thingy. Because at first, Benisu Momo seemed very competitive, you know, like she wanted to have Tsubaki over her favor, right? So, but as we learned, that was very much, there was a lot more to it than that, right? Also, the place we needed to go was kind of, like, caved in, so we had to do some digging, too. So, very, very unfortunate, but we did get through it, and Benisu Momo is definitely a great motivator, at least to Sazanka. And Sazanka, luckily, is tiny, so she could fit in the hole, which is definitely good as well. But, yeah, she got in there, she got out of it pretty quickly. I actually thought that segment was going to take a little bit longer, but she got it pretty quickly and came out of there, right? And she immediately challenges Benisu Momo to, like a duel, you know, and this was after Benisu Momo just kind of, like, treated them both like they were, like, newbies, you know, like, flipping them around and stuff. Benisu Momo is one of the most skilled ninjas there, period, you know. Tsubaki, one of the few ones that can really compete with her. So, yeah, they don't really stand much of a chance against her. But she wanted to fight her in spite of that. But, and I was kind of looking forward to seeing a cool ninja duel there, because it does seem like it's been a while since we've actually had a proper ninja battle. Like, it definitely feels like it's been a while. But we kind of did get denied that. But, yeah, because Benisu Momo was like, you know, it's okay, you can deliver it, you know, it's all good, right? So, at this point, we're all kind of thinking, no, she's pretty nice after all, you know, but I don't think it's anything, but I did have, like, a slight doubt in the back of my mind, like, this is too easy, she did a 180 really quickly here, this doesn't seem right. Like, I wasn't gonna, like, you know, accuse her or anything like that, but the doubt did spring up in the back of my mind. But, you know, we saw the hand holding at that point. I was like, you know, I don't want to doubt her. I'm sure this is all legit. This is all in the up and up, right? We have, you know, a quick little hand holding there. Like, it's all good. And then we had a very nice little reveal. Like, I really did like how they did this reveal. After she says, "Let's go home," then suddenly, like, you know, pull the camera outwards, and we see them both tied in ropes. That was so good, because it's an immediate reveal, you know, and they're also a little bit slow on the uptake, you know, because I guess she just did it so quickly they didn't even really notice. But yeah, as soon as you see them tied up, you pretty much know that there was some trickery going on here. And there definitely was. Kunoichi needs to be harder to trick than this. And then she just takes it back from her. So at this point, I'm like, Sumomo, she's trickery, and it's kind of to be expected. Ninjas aren't really known for their, like, they're not samurai. They don't, 1v1 honor code sort of thing. They're by their very nature sneaky, tricky, stealthy kind of people, right? So it really shouldn't be that surprising, honestly. But I did feel bad for them, especially Sazanka. I'm sure it was intentional, but the way the leaf that was meant to cover from the rain was kind of like slanted over her eyes, like you could really feel the despair that shot was kind of giving, right? But but at that point the show was not yet done with the reveals, right? I did love how just back and forth it was with the tricking, because I was sitting here being like, oh, I guess Sumomo got the last laugh, and then Sazanka, she actually got the last laugh, pretty much literally that freaking laugh she did. I also love the the speed and the tone of voice she was saying the reveal with, just you could feel the what's the word for it? The screw you energy, like as she was saying it, right? And then she's like, the real stuff is right here, So she did better to trick her there, but in the end, it seems like Sumomo kind of got the last laugh because she accomplished her goal, because she was the babysitter, I think she called it, right? She just wanted to, help out, escort them, and she was able to do that and had a lot of fun at their expense. So you really can't say Sumomo was a loser in all this, because she definitely got what she wanted. And Nae-sama did pick up on all that as well. And Nae-sama got her burbs. So overall, I'd say it was a happy ending, because even if they did get played a little bit, they still got the help and still got Nae-sama her herbs. So they can't really complain too much, even if they did have a bit of wounded pride situation. And Sumomo also got to get out of that room away from Tawata, Mizubasho and all that, and go back to her hammock when it's all said and done, right? Just Sumomo was just so smooth. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And then we had a bit of a stinger with Mokuden, right? And that was just so sad. She was just so excited to have Hosenka and Tsuabuki. Actually, it is Tsuabuki, right? Hers is one of the names I struggle with, but actually having her teammates help was just so crazy and unusual. She was in such a good mood when it happened. That itself was just so sad. Like, she just had like a beaming smile as she, Tsuabuki. She had like a beaming smile as she talks about this, It's just so sad. I mean, obviously she's happy, so I know it's kind of weird to say it's sad, but like the fact that something so little doesn't have to make her happy is sad. It's kind of complicated when you try to explain it. And then we had a nice little shot of Sumomo leaning forward, which usually I associate that kind of a shot with cleavage, but there was really none there, sadly. She's a little too tightly wrapped up and too small to make it happen. And she helps them out, because that's just what Sumomo does. She's a very helpful girl, even if she likes to, mess with people and have fun in her own way, and, she lives by her own rules, she does with her own thing. It's hard to describe, but she's definitely one of the cooler characters in the show. Definitely one of my favorites. But saying someone's one of my favorites, a lot of them are my favorites. I don't think I really could make a top 5 list of it, even if I wanted to. I feel like I just couldn't manage it. Even a top 10 list would be difficult. But I could probably manage a top 10. But I wouldn't want to do that at all until we actually get everyone introduced, like Team Dragon, Team Rabbits, I think is Team Dragon, Team Rabbit. Both we need. Who else? Those are the big ones. But yeah, after we get all that, I'll probably maybe in the final episode, if we have introduced everyone, I'll try to come up with some kind of top 10 favorite characters. But yeah, for now, this is this. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.